Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you today about something that we all experience at some point in our lives: encounters with people who are difficult, draining, or even toxic. Specifically, I want to speak about the narcissist in your life. But here's the thing. God didn't just bring that person into your life by accident. There is a deeper, more profound reason for it. The narcissist is not a random figure. They are part of your story. They are part of your evolution. They are part of your growth. And while that may not make sense at first, let me show you why. Imagine you are walking through life, living in a place of comfort, perhaps even stagnation. You've created patterns, habits, and a sense of security. Everything feels predictable. Now, enter the narcissist. Suddenly, your sense of security is rattled. The narcissist might manipulate, belittle, or demand attention in ways that drain your energy. They may play mind games or twist the reality that you know. They have a unique ability to disturb your peace. But here's the crucial point. That disturbance is not there by mistake. In fact, the narcissist enters your life to help you discover something more profound about yourself, about the very nature of your thoughts, your emotions, and your beliefs. They are the mirror that reflects what you haven't yet acknowledged about yourself. They expose the parts of you that need healing, that need strengthening, and that need to evolve. You see, every encounter in life is an opportunity for transformation. The narcissist, in their distorted way, teaches you boundaries. They force you to decide what you will and will not tolerate. They teach you the importance of self-love, of standing firm in who you are, and of guarding your energy fiercely. In many ways, the narcissist is like a fire that burns away the things that no longer serve you. They reveal the cracks in your psyche that need mending. They highlight where you may still have work to do on yourself, areas of unresolved trauma, unhealed wounds, or patterns of people-pleasing behavior. Without their presence, these aspects may have remained hidden or suppressed. But here's where it gets even more powerful. When you realize that the narcissist behavior is a reflection of the unresolved parts of yourself, you begin to understand the incredible gift of that relationship. It becomes an opportunity for you to transcend old thought patterns, to change your neurological wiring, and to redefine your relationship with yourself. You don't have to play the narcissist game. You don't have to get caught up in their emotional manipulation or their drama. Instead, use their presence to reflect inward. Ask yourself, why does this trigger me? What am I believing about myself in this moment? What do I need to change within myself to not be affected by this person's energy? By doing this, you begin the process of rewriting your story. You begin to step into a higher version of yourself, a version of you who understands that no person, no situation has the power to dictate your inner peace. You take back your power not by confronting the narcissist directly or even changing their behavior, but by changing how you respond and how you view the situation. This is the essence of growth. It is about understanding that you are the creator of your reality, that no one else can shape your experience unless you allow them to. The narcissist, in all their chaos, is teaching you this very truth. So the next time you encounter a narcissist or you feel caught in their web, remember this: God put them in your life not to harm you, but to awaken you, to challenge you, to help you discover how much power you truly have, to reveal to you the strength, the resilience, and the wisdom that lies dormant within you. And through this process, you will emerge stronger, wiser, and more aligned with the true essence of who you are. You will discover that you are not a victim in this story, but a creator of your own reality, a master of your own inner world. Take that knowledge, hold it close, and transform your life. Thank you. The term narcissist is often used to describe someone who is excessively self-centered, seeking constant validation and attention from others, sometimes at the expense of those around them. Narcissists have an inflated sense of their own importance and can be highly manipulative, using others as tools for their own gain or gratification. The narcissist behavior can leave a lasting impact on the people they interact with, often creating emotional confusion and distress. It's important to recognize that narcissism goes beyond mere self-love. It stems from a deep-rooted insecurity that manifests in a need to control and dominate others. In dealing with a narcissist, one of the first realizations that emerges is the necessity of establishing clear boundaries. A narcissist will often try to push limits, testing the patience and emotional resilience of those around them. They thrive on being able to influence others' thoughts and feelings, and if given the opportunity, they can erode personal space and emotional well-being. This makes boundaries a critical tool in preserving one's sense of self. By clearly defining and defending these boundaries, individuals can protect their mental and emotional health from being compromised by the narcissist's manipulations. Boundaries act as a shield, allowing a person to disengage from unhealthy dynamics and to retain their sense of individuality. However, establishing boundaries is not always simple. It often involves confronting uncomfortable truths about personal needs, emotional triggers, and past experiences that may make someone susceptible to manipulation. In this process, one learns how to assert their value, not based on external validation, but through an inner strength that resists being influenced by external negativity. Transformation is a process that takes place when we are pushed out of our comfort zones, forced to face challenges that demand personal growth. When a narcissist enters your life, their behavior can trigger a shift in how you see yourself and the world around you. Often, this shift is uncomfortable at first, as it forces you to confront aspects of yourself that you may have ignored or suppressed. The narcissist's constant need for attention and validation can reveal insecurities or patterns in your own behavior that need healing. They act as a mirror, reflecting parts of yourself that may have been hidden or unaddressed. These reflections, though difficult to face, create an opportunity for transformation. The process of transformation requires letting go of old beliefs, outdated emotional responses, and habits that no longer serve your highest good. In the presence of a narcissist, you may realize how much you have been conditioned to please others, to seek validation, or to tolerate behavior that undermines your sense of self-worth. As uncomfortable as these realizations can be, they are the first steps toward deep personal transformation. It is through this discomfort that you begin to understand that true change begins within. You start to break free from the cycle of seeking external approval and instead begin to nurture your own self-worth. Transformation also involves shifting your perspective. The narcissist challenges you to see that you are not at the mercy of others' opinions or actions. Instead, you begin to reclaim your power by recognizing that you have control over your responses, your emotions, and the way you choose to engage with the world. As you transform, you shed old patterns of behavior and begin to create new, healthier ways of being. The narcissist's presence, as disruptive as it may be, becomes a catalyst for deep and lasting change. Self-love is often a term we hear, but it's not always easy to practice, especially when faced with the challenges that a narcissist brings into our lives. Narcissists, by nature, seek to dominate their relationships and often manipulate others into serving their emotional needs. This can leave you feeling depleted, unworthy, and constantly questioning your own value. But it's in these very moments, in the presence of such negative energy, that the opportunity for self-love becomes most powerful. When you are continuously forced to prove your worth or seek validation from a narcissist, it becomes crucial to turn inward and find validation from within. True self-love is not about seeking approval from others or meeting the expectations of someone who is emotionally manipulative. It's about recognizing your intrinsic value regardless of external circumstances. Learning to practice self-love in the face of narcissism means setting boundaries and standing firm in your worth. It means no longer allowing someone to dictate how you feel about yourself. The narcissist may try to control your emotions, manipulate your thoughts, or make you feel small. But self-love requires you to detach from these attempts and realize that you are not defined by how others treat you. You begin to understand that your worth is inherent, and it doesn't depend on external validation. The narcissist might try to twist your self-image, but through the practice of self-love, you reclaim your narrative. Self-love also means taking the time to nurture yourself emotionally and mentally. It involves engaging in practices that uplift you, such as affirmations, meditation, or simply taking time away from toxic environments. By prioritizing your own well-being, you allow yourself to heal and build a stronger, more resilient sense of self that is unshaken by the narcissist's attempts to undermine your confidence. Healing is a process that often begins with recognizing the wounds that we've carried for a long time, whether consciously or unconsciously. When a narcissist enters your life, they have a unique ability to expose those wounds, whether they stem from childhood, past relationships, or unresolved emotional trauma. A narcissist's manipulative behavior can activate deep insecurities, making you question your worth, your decisions, and your emotional stability. These reactions may feel overwhelming, but they are also opportunities for healing. Instead of avoiding or suppressing the hurt, you are forced to confront it, allowing the healing process to begin. Healing in the presence of a narcissist requires you to take responsibility for your own emotional well-being. It means acknowledging that while you cannot change the narcissist's behavior, you can change how you respond to it. This shift in mindset is critical as it helps you regain control of your emotional responses and break free from the cycle of dependency or manipulation that the narcissist may have created. Through healing, you learn to distinguish between the projections of others and your true self. You recognize the difference between the narcissist's distorted view of reality and the authentic truth of who you are. The narcissist may trigger feelings of inadequacy, anger, or fear, but each triggered emotion is a signal, an invitation to heal and grow. In this process, you learn to forgive not only the narcissist, but yourself as well, for any guilt or shame you may have internalized. Growth is a natural byproduct of facing challenges, and when you encounter a narcissist, you are presented with an opportunity for profound personal development. The narcissist's behavior, whether it involves emotional manipulation, gaslighting, or creating a toxic environment, can often push you into situations that demand growth. At first, these situations may seem like obstacles, tests of your patience, or even attacks on your self-esteem. However, when you approach them with the right mindset, they become opportunities to grow stronger and more self-awareness. The narcissist, in their own disruptive way, forces you to reflect on your own life, beliefs, and emotional responses. One key area of growth involves learning to stand up for yourself. A narcissist will often attempt to diminish your worth or manipulate your actions to serve their needs. In this environment, you are required to develop stronger boundaries and learn to assert your own needs without feeling guilty. This process of standing firm despite the narcissist's pushback can significantly strengthen your sense of self and empower you to advocate for yourself in other areas of your life as well. Additionally, encountering a narcissist may also reveal patterns in your own behavior that need to evolve. Perhaps you have a tendency to tolerate disrespect, neglect your own needs, or seek external validation. The narcissist's presence acts as a mirror to these patterns, compelling you to examine and alter them. You start to understand that true growth comes from breaking free from old behaviors that no longer serve you. Through this, you cultivate healthier habits, emotional resilience, and a greater sense of inner strength. Furthermore, growth comes from learning to detach emotionally from situations that don't serve you. As you begin to reclaim your emotional sovereignty, you discover that your peace is not dependent on the approval or behavior of others, but rather on your ability to maintain balance regardless of external circumstances. Personal growth often speaks of personal balance in two ways. One, antibody and personality, and in the other antibody, they force you to confront parts of yourself that you may have never fully acknowledged. Narcissists are experts at creating emotional turmoil, often making you question your thoughts, feelings, and reality. This constant challenge can leave you feeling disoriented or even doubting your own perception of situations. However, in the midst of this confusion, there is a powerful opportunity to reflect, not just on the narcissist's behavior, but on your own emotional reactions and beliefs. The narcissist's actions can act as a mirror, reflecting the inner work that you still need to do. One of the first steps in reflection is realizing that the narcissist's behavior is not about you, but about them. Their manipulative actions often trigger unresolved issues within yourself, whether it's insecurity, fear, or past trauma. Instead of simply reacting to their behavior, you are encouraged to pause and reflect on why you feel triggered. What beliefs are being activated in this moment? Why does their behavior affect you the way it does? This self-reflection can help you uncover deeper truths about your own emotional landscape, helping you better understand the root causes of your responses. Moreover, reflection offers an opportunity to examine the boundaries you have or lack in your life. A narcissist's presence often reveals how easily you may have allowed your boundaries to be crossed or how you've neglected to protect your own emotional well-being. In reflecting on these moments, you can begin to make adjustments to your own behavior, learning to assert your needs and desires without fear of judgment or rejection. Ultimately, the narcissist forces you to look inward, to examine what is truly important to you, and to create a more authentic relationship with yourself. This process of self-reflection is transformative as it enables you to grow in awareness, emotional strength, and resilience. Power is often something we seek from external sources, whether through validation, recognition, or approval from others. However, when you encounter a narcissist, you are faced with a powerful opportunity to reclaim your own internal power. Narcissists often thrive on control, manipulating those around them to feel superior and dominate situations. Their behavior can leave you feeling powerless, insignificant, or emotionally drained, but it is precisely in these moments that the opportunity arises to recognize where your true power lies, not in the hands of others, but within yourself. Recognizing your power starts with understanding that you are the creator of your emotional responses. The narcissist may try to trigger you, belittle you, or invalidate your feelings, but it is up to you how you respond to their actions. By shifting your mindset and taking responsibility for your emotional state, you begin to reclaim control over how you feel and how you allow others to affect you. The more you practice this, the more you start to see that no one, not even a narcissist, has the ability to dictate your inner peace or sense of worth. In addition, reclaiming your power also involves recognizing that you do not need anyone's approval to feel complete or valued. The narcissist may make you feel like you must earn their love or admiration, but true power comes from the ability to validate yourself. By learning to trust your own judgment and prioritize your needs over external validation, you begin to establish a stronger sense of self. This internal power allows you to disengage from the narcissist's manipulative games, empowering you to set boundaries, walk away from toxic relationships, and take charge of your emotional well-being. Reclaiming your power is not about seeking conflict or confrontation, but about mastering your emotional state and recognizing that you are in control of how you navigate your relationships in your life.
Inner peace is often something we seek in external circumstances such as relationships, achievements, or material success. We believe that if everything around us falls into place, we will finally experience peace. However, when dealing with a narcissist, it becomes clear that true inner peace is not dependent on what happens outside of us, but on how we respond to the challenges life throws our way. The narcissist may try to unsettle your emotions, provoke conflict, or create chaos, but these actions can serve as a reminder that inner peace is something that must be cultivated within. To achieve inner peace in the presence of a narcissist, you first have to recognize that their behavior is not about you. A narcissist's actions are rooted in their own insecurities and need for control, not a reflection of your worth or action. By detaching yourself emotionally from their attempts to manipulate or provoke you, you begin to take back your peace. This means refusing to engage in their emotional games, not allowing their mood swings or criticisms to disturb your emotional balance. The practice of mindfulness and self-awareness is essential in maintaining inner peace when dealing with a narcissist. It requires acknowledging your triggers and learning how to respond rather than react. Every time you choose not to react to their provocations, you strengthen your ability to remain calm and centered. This conscious effort of choosing peace over conflict builds resilience and emotional strength, allowing you to stay grounded regardless of the narcissist's actions. Furthermore, inner peace comes from setting clear boundaries and protecting your emotional energy. By saying no to behaviors that disrupt your peace and prioritizing your well-being, you create an environment where calmness can thrive. Through this process, you learn that peace is not something that can be taken away from you by others. It is something you can maintain regardless of external circumstances. Resilience is a quality that is often forged in the most challenging of circumstances. When faced with a narcissist, resilience is not only required, but is also cultivated through the constant emotional upheavals and manipulations they bring into your life. Narcissists have an uncanny ability to drain your energy, undermine your confidence, and destabilize your emotional state. Their behavior can feel like a series of emotional blows, each one designed to break down your sense of self. However, this very disruption creates an opportunity for you to build an inner strength that cannot be easily shaken. Resilience is not about avoiding hardship, but about learning how to withstand and bounce back from it. When dealing with a narcissist, you are forced to confront your own emotional vulnerabilities and learn how to protect them. Each time you face a manipulation or an emotional attack, you have a choice in how you respond. You can either allow yourself to be swept up in their chaos, or you can develop the emotional resilience to remain grounded. Over time, you begin to recognize that their behavior is not a reflection of your worth or value, but rather a projection of their own insecurities. As you build resilience, you start to see that no matter how difficult the situation, you have the ability to recover and grow stronger. It may be through setting firmer boundaries, learning how to emotionally detach, or seeking support from those who value and respect you. Each challenge becomes a chance to strengthen your emotional fortitude. You realize that resilience is about staying true to yourself, not letting the narcissist's actions dictate your emotional state, and learning to rise above the negativity they create. Through this process, you also begin to understand the power of self-compassion. Resilience is not about suppressing your emotions, but about acknowledging them, learning from them, and using them as a stepping stone toward greater emotional strength. The concept of authenticity is often overlooked in the midst of trying to please others or conform to external expectations. However, when dealing with a narcissist, the importance of staying true to who you are becomes glaringly obvious. Narcissists thrive on control, manipulation, and forcing others into roles that serve their own needs. They often demand that you adjust your behavior, opinions, and feelings to align with their desires. In such a dynamic, it is easy to lose sight of your true self. But this is exactly when authenticity becomes essential. Authenticity is about being true to your values, your feelings, and your inner truth, even in the face of pressure to conform. The narcissist's constant need for validation and attention can create an environment where you feel the need to dim your own light to avoid their wrath or to appease them. However, as you learn to navigate these interactions, you start to recognize the importance of standing firm in who you are. Your worth is not dependent on the narcissist's approval or acknowledgement. In fact, the more you remain authentic, the more you start to regain control over your life and emotion. By staying authentic, you also begin to develop a deeper understanding of your own needs and desires. The narcissist's behavior may push you to reevaluate your personal boundaries, forcing you to express your needs more clearly and assertively. Authenticity requires self-awareness and the courage to be vulnerable, to embrace who you truly are without fear of judgment or rejection. This process might be uncomfortable at first, as it involves confronting fears and breaking free from the patterns of people-pleasing or self-sacrifice that a narcissist might encourage. Ultimately, authenticity allows you to reclaim your power and peace. It enables you to stop seeking validation from others and start honoring your own voice.